You know, this is going to be a hard video to get through. There's a lot of stuff with Charlie Kirk. It really hit America to the core. It has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people. It really was a weird, huge public shift and resetting. This thing has a long, long tail, guys. This country's never going to be the same. I see God using it already. I'll explain. You know, Tyrus, I love him, but you know, he's an atheist. And so there was a division between he and Charlie. And I just think a lot of atheists are dealing with right now. So welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. Let me hold your hand and guide you through an argument and material that I know no other channels are dealing with. So at the very least, I'm going to give you something unique today. Here we go. This is Tyrus.
Last word to you.
You know, this has been difficult because I feel bad because I didn't like what Charlie was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a religious person.
Mm-hmm.
And I find, and unfortunately in my life experience, isn't that most people that put God in front of them were full of it and dangerous. And Charlie, in his death, I learned that his faith was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't relate to that. So it bothers me on a certain level because
I feel bad for atheists because they can't relate. They don't understand. There really is a block. And some of you are atheists. I'm asking you, do you want to sit in this block where you don't understand what Charlie Kirk's amazing faith did? So an atheist, and you'll see it, I saw it working in the Republican Party, even as we supported Trump. They just said, you know, can we lay off the Christian stuff, the Jesus stuff? Okay, it's added on to MAGA. It's added on to the Republican Party. The Jesus stuff is added on to the country. It's optional. Can we just stick to low taxes? What I hate about fiscal conservatives, the Ayn Rand, who is an atheist, they're like libertarians. Just Christless conservatism, please take your Jesus stuff out. You remove the foundation of the family, your country, civilization, and your party if you do that. So I get, and I know tons of guys just like Tyrus. My heart really goes out to him. You'll never understand what is above that low ceiling that you've put on top of yourself. You'll never understand. And I hate to say it, but it's a moral choice. It's a heart issue. It is a choice. You know, John 3:19, I think, said, light has come into the world, but the world chose darkness. You choose this. And, but man, my heart goes out to Tyrus. I know you guys, we love Tyrus. I love him.
I didn't think the risk was worth certain things in this world. Unfortunately, in our country, we can't discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And he took 3 things that were death sentences with this country. Mm-hmm. He talked about religion, he talked about gender, and he talked about politics.
And pro-life. You will not ever be considered a good person by the left if you hold to any of those positions. And it's why I'm extra vocal about those things, because I know where the buttons are. I know where the buttons are. And those are the same buttons that the atheists in my audience and in MAGA say, hey, can we lay off not just the God thing? Can we lay off gay marriage? And can we lay off abortion? I heard them. They go, look, we have to win. I get it. I get the strategy. We have to win. But if you remove, say, human life, liberty, then you do not have even the Declaration of Independence that the Constitution is built on. You have sacrificed the Declaration of all of our independence. So you can't jettison certain things, but these are hot wire things where you're dead, you're done. If you push them, even Trump, I think, felt it and goes, look, if I push a pro-life or if I'm against gay marriage, you know, he could have lost the election. And that becomes a challenge even to me going, well, do you want him to win? Do you want him to win? Shouldn't he make a sacrifice of the truth to win? That's what pragmatism is. That's what the left is.
With one side, how many buildings burned last night?
None.
Not one.
Mm-hmm.
How many people were dragged in the street for looking like they maybe were the shooter? Not one. How many police officers was spit on for not doing their job? Not one. the hate, the negativity, even for a person, I met him a couple of times. I think he did this show with us. But the things that him and I have in common, his little girls are never going to see their dad again because
he can't even finish this, guys. I can't even finish it either. Tyrus is a loving dad. He loves his daughter. They have him around their little finger. Anyone who has a daughter knows this. And he goes, Charlie's a dad. I have a horrifying story. I can't even share it. It's so hard to share. But when that bullet, that shot rang out that hit Charlie, the gun made a loud noise. And his daughter and his wife were there near the stage. The daughter was so afraid of the loud noise she heard, she instantly tried to run to her daddy, Charlie, and they had to stop her. This little, I don't know if she's a 2-year-old or a 4-year-old, but she was so afraid. She was about to run toward what would have been a horror to see. That story, I don't even know how to get through it. Awful. Okay. I showed you guys the UK with that Million Man March or whatever. It is absolutely amazing. Charlie Kirk's impact around the world. Wait till you see this one, guys. This is in Korea, where my dad served in the Army. This is South Korea. They're doing Charlie Kirk. In their thick accent, they can barely speak English. We are Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk. Some white 31-year-old kid, a Christian in South Korea. Korea is saying, we are Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk has had a bigger impact than many American ambassadors or politicians. Here is a Black patriot with her take.
There's a revival going on in the nation everywhere.
There's a revival.
Nationwide. Of course, your media is not going to show you that. There's all types of colors, backgrounds, don't matter, coming together and giving praises to Jesus. They're professing Jesus is Lord.
Media is terrified of showing you Blacks, Mexicans, Asians, whites united under Jesus. It's the exact opposite message of the entire Democrat Party. It's the opposite. They wanted division and hatred. They want you to hate Blacks and Mexicans and Jews. Did you give in? Did they show you the feed to my white people? Did they show you the feed on your social media of Blacks beating the crud out of whites on trains, in the streets, over and over? Did social media show you that over and over? Blacks, were you raised, did they teach you, honky, white man, the man is holding you down. Everything that's wrong with your life, it's the man. You're a victim. Get that guy. It is the man. He will not give you an equal opportunity. Did you guys get the message? It's the Jews. The Jews control everything, Hollywood and sports, and they created hip hop, and it's those Jews. They killed Christ. Did they tell you that message? Because Jesus is different. He says, come together, all races from every nation. They will be in heaven praising God from every nation.
Professing them as their savior of their lives. Why? Because that's Charlie Kirk's legacy. See, they only want to show y'all 30 seconds, 5 seconds, and then wrap that up and say, oh, he's racist. Why are they doing that? To distract you off of his real message, which was God, family, and community.
I have a Black guy in my feed on Facebook right now telling me Charlie Kirk is a racist. And that's why you support him, because you're a racist too. Okay, that was easy. You're dumb. You copy and paste. You eat whatever's given to you. You'll drink whatever's given to you. Whatever media tells you to think, he was just copying and pasting memes. He never had an original thought. Charlie Kirk was a racist. Bull. Said no Black person who ever knew him. They also said he was a homophobe, though he disagreed with homosexuality. They said he was a homophobe. Said no gay who actually knew Charlie Kirk. The gays that knew Charlie Kirk said he was about as moderate as you can get. He opposed homosexual coupling, but there was no hatred in his heart for them. Gays are coming out and defending him. Blacks coming out and defending him. Now, this is a piece of news, guys. I have a hard time reporting this. It is so divisive and scary. Even YouTube, a leftist can report my channel and it'll just be gone, and that happens. Just for repeating this article, guys, so get ready. I'm not trying to foment your hatred against trans people. That's not what I want. I think we should have ultimate compassion and feel incredibly sorry for trans people. They're mentally so dysphoric and lost and sad. Okay, but here goes. This is breaking news. I have a hard time reporting it because I really want multiple sources. But here's the New York Post. Ready? This is the big barn burner. This is going to be what everyone talks about, so get ready. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with a transgender partner. This is the one message that the Democrat Party and media is hiding. This is the one message, the one factoid that cannot be true to the left. This is the one thing they can't allow any one of us to talk to. If anything's going to get my channel destroyed, it's going to be saying this, because they have to say it had nothing to do with it. Trans had nothing to do with it. They find trans markings on his bullet casings allegedly. And we've said that trans shooters, after they just shot up a Catholic school and shot 2 kids praying at trans, there's like tons of trans shooters. They're the most mentally susceptible to the Democrat hatred, to program them to shoot family men like me, you, and Charlie Kirk. Family men, normies, they hunt children, they go after the nice ones and the innocent ones. It's because they're most susceptible, okay? And the left, their position is that being trans is interchangeable with being a straight heterosexual, okay? Being trans is identical in mental, stability, in happiness, in a lifestyle choice. That's their position. So anything that any evidence that cuts against that, they just attack it. It must be destroyed. In the sciences, in the workforce, that's the culture. That's what Joe Biden was saying when they renamed the Harvey Milk, when he put that Rachel Levine in charge of the Pentagon or Health and Human Services, bringing trans people into the military. They're saying it is a civil right. They are in fact interchangeable with you and I, so they have to deserve the exact same rights as a man and woman getting married, okay? A man legally can have a baby. A man can have a period, and if you oppose it, then it's because you have hate, and you're a Nazi, and you're a phobe. Okay, that's the message. If I have misrepresented the left, please tell me. The rest of the article, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, was living with a transgender partner. I predicted it. He had a transgender partner. Remember, I'm sitting here arguing with people on Facebook who for the last 48 hours are telling me that Tyler Robinson was MAGA. He was a right-winger. He was a Republican. He hated trans. He was radically white supremacist, they're saying. No, he was a hard radical leftist and has been at least since his sophomore year now of high school as it comes out. And the more we learn about him, he was on a Discord with trans people. This article is going to show you how they got this information. Living with a transgender who was in the process of transitioning from male to female. A law enforcement source confirmed to the Post Saturday. Again, I don't know how good this source is. I have to always warn you guys, this could be wrong. So don't go shooting your mouth off all over. And I'm not trying to engender hatred, obviously, of trans people. But it is important. It is a detail that can't be missed, giving the number of trans shooters, okay? That individual who is yet to be identified by authorities is now fully cooperating. So this trans person is at least doing something good, fully cooperating with the FBI on its investigation into the fatal shooting of the conservative activist. Sources added. The relationship was first reported by Fox News. So here's how they got the information. Text messages and other communications that the transgender individual traded with Tyler Robinson helped the feds nab the accused assassin. It was the trans who came out and helped the feds get Tyler Robinson through the trans person's texts with Tyler Robinson. Okay? So just to show you, this is all very complicated. All right? Here's Roby Starbuck. If you believe people deserve to be shot for their opinions, which is the left and the people championing it, don't cry when you get fired for yours. If you believe people deserve to be shot for their opinions, don't cry when you get fired for your opinion when you come out and say that people deserve to be shot. You're basically making the argument that you should lose your job. I'm going to push the churchy thing to the next episode because we're going long. But guys, the news is stacking up. I've got too much. Y'all are too good. I read your comments and it moves me to tears. I'm Doug, in exile. What a crybaby.